Hey everyone, so welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a cold targeted audience on Facebook. So when I say cold audience, what I mean is targeting people that have never heard about you before. So these will be most likely be new people that have heard about you for the first time. And later on, I'll show you what would be the best ways to target new people that have heard about you for the first time. But for now, let's actually create that audience. So first thing to do, as usual, log into your Facebook Business Manager. And then once you're logged into that, under Assets Library, click on Audiences, and then you'll be taken to this page. So we are going to create a new audience. And what we want to do now is create a saved audience. So if we click on a saved audience, this will be where we can start to drill down and find out the kind of people that we want to get as part of our potential clients. Now, this usually works better, I found, when you can do this nationwide, simply because there's a lot more people that you can potentially reach out to. So you don't have to do nationwide. You can drill down to a certain city or stuff like that, and you can get some good results with that. But if you really want to scale this up for the future and get even more results, it might be worth considering, targeting maybe a whole country, or maybe if you're in the United States, targeting a whole state, because you'll be able to get a lot more people into that funnel. So the next thing that we want to do is drill down into the age groups of people that we want to target. So what you need to do is obviously have a good idea as to the kind of information and the kind of demographics and things that your potential customers would be interested in. So for age, and I'm just going to do this for the Profitable Firm as an example. So I'm going to just do 30 to 65 plus, and we'll probably change this as time goes on, because we're going to do a lot of testing, and we'll show you as we change this and as we optimize it and as we do different testing, so you can see what we actually do. So we're going to completely pull back the curtain, so to speak, so you can see everything that we do, so you can copy it and do the same. So anyway, choose the age group for your potential customers. If there's a specific gender that you're targeting, you can do that as well. We're just going to select all for that. If there's any specific languages as well that you're targeting, you can do that here as well. So I'm just going to do English. And then what I also want to do, so in this example, just so you know, I'm doing the United Kingdom. So we'll start off by targeting people in the UK, as that's the main bulk of our clients. And then later on, we'll expand that to other areas as we start to get some good results in the UK. But for now, let's just focus on the UK. And then the most important thing really is where it comes down to this detailed targeting section. So everything in the detailed targeting section can be things such as job titles, things such as what people are interested in. You can really drill down and find all kinds of different things about your potential customers in here. And you can go through, you can click on browse and go through each one sort of one by one. You can go through maybe their education, their financial situation, their relationship, things like life events, whether they're married, not married, single, whatever that may be. You can talk about what kind of things they're interested in. So if we go into the business industries, you can see there's different industries here that you can select. Facebook will tell you if people have an interest about that as well. You've got behaviors as well. So let's just go to B2B, for example. You can go through company size, industry as well. So there's all kind of things that you can do to target people and find the right kind of people. And then they've just got a whole load of other categories on there as well. So you just basically go through this and have a look and think about what kind of people are most likely going to be interested in what you have to offer. So I'm going to do this just as an example. I'm going to do this for the Profitable Firm. I have no idea what's going to come up. So the reason I've done that is just so you can see my full process and what I'm actually thinking. So the first thing I want to do, because the Profitable Firm is targeting accountants, is I want to type in accountant and just see what comes up. So we can see here if I type in accountant or accountants. So we have, let me do accountant. So we have people that are interested in accountants. So, I wouldn't really say that would be that targeted, simply because, it might be targeted, but I'm going to stay clear of it for now, simply because it might be a bit too broad. There might be other there might be other businesses that are also interested in things about accountants. So just maybe Receipt Bank and Xero might have an interest to accountants, but they're not really the kind of clients that we want to get. What would be much better is the job title accountant. So I'm going to select that. And you can see here that this potential audience reach will update in real time depending on what I select here. So now it's saying in the United Kingdom, between this age group and these genders and these languages, and with the job title accountant, there are 9,800 people. So that's a sort of a good starting point to go down. Now, obviously, not everyone will actually have the job title accountant. Maybe they'll just put that they're a managing director or they're a partner of an accounting firm. So we're going to do some testing on this. Right now, we have no data to really see what one would work better. But it's definitely something that we want to test and see what kind of comes up. So I'm just going to do accountant again, see what else comes up. So we have chartered accountant, that's another job title, and that should increase that. So that's gone up to 11,000, so that's good. Let's see what else we can find about accountants. So I'm trying to look for, really job titles are quite a good one to sort of go under. So that's another one. So I'm just going to go through this, see what we find, that would be most likely to sort of indicate that they would be an accountant for us. So for this specific target audience, and you can create lots of different cold audiences. For this specific target audience, I want to be quite targeted in terms of who I want to get in front of. Once I've gone very specific, I can then start to broaden it out. And in all honesty, I think that's pretty good. Just these job titles alone should be a good indication of people that might be good to target. And just to show you what I'm going to do now, I can also exclude people or narrow the audience down even further. So I can include people that in the accountant they have the job title. Sorry, in their job title they have accountant, but they are also interested in Xero, for example. So I can add that as a software, and this will probably decrease. So yeah, that's gone down to 290. So let's add QuickBooks in there as well. So it's gone up again. So I want to get this to a good few thousand if possible. So if that's going to be too specific, I might remove that. But at the same time, I still want to get it. I want to get it to not be too specific. I want to get this to be targeted, specific, and also related. So let me do Receipt Bank, see if there's anything else that comes up. No, we don't have anything for Receipt Bank. So let me do Crunchboard, see if any of these come up as well. No, we don't have any data on that either. So it seems we only have Xero. Obviously Xero is quite a big one, so it kind of makes sense that they are appearing. But in my opinion, I think it's going to be I think just 480 people is just going to be too small to target. So I wouldn't really do that in honesty. So I might remove this then for now. But just for you to know, you can narrow down the audience even more. Just keep in mind that obviously you want to make sure that the reach is in the thousands. You can even bring this up to millions if you wanted to. I wouldn't go maybe further than 20 million or upwards, or maybe 50 million and upwards is maybe a bit too broad. But anywhere from around a few thousand to in the millions is a good sort of number to get to. The sort of sweet spot, once you have some data and once you know what kind of people are good to target, the sweet spot is, I'd say, between 2 to 10 million, because that gives you a lot of potential people to reach out to. But right now, I just want to test these specific group of people. So I'm just going to run an advert just for 11,000 people who are accountants, just to see how people sort of react to that. And then later on, I'll create another cold audience targeting another group of people that I also think will be related to accounting. So anyway, let's create this one first. I'll just leave that as that is. So I'm going to call this audience, let's call it cold audience, just so I know what it is, accountants. And because it's very specific, I'm just going to put very specific, just so I remember. So yeah, so that's it. Let's create that. So that will come up here. Now I want to create another cold audience, and I maybe want to just test what audience performs better. So for this one, again, I'm going to do the UK. Actually, let me just look back at this one just to confirm what age I've done. So I want to make sure this is all the same. So that's fine. So I'm going to create another saved audience. Let's do from 30. Select English as the language in the United Kingdom again, and this time what I actually want to do is target managing director and also target partner, founder, co-founder. Let's see what comes up for that. Okay. So these are usually some good titles for accountants. Now, obviously, this is going to be very broad because that could be all kinds of businesses. You know, any sort of business owner could be a managing director or a partner or a founder. So that's why it's quite high. So it's around 280,000. So I want to drill down into that a bit more. So let me narrow the audience down. So now I want to find people with this job title that are maybe interested in Xero software and QuickBooks and what else comes up there? Accounting software, that could be good as well. Let's add this as well. Let's see where we are, 8,300, so not too bad. What else do we have? Just having a look what I think accountants would be interested in, that comes up here. So let me try some publications and websites. So accounting web, no, that doesn't come up. And I'm just going to see actually what would happen if I did accounting as a field of study. So let's see that. So that's gone up to 9,000. So people that have studied accounting. So it's going to be basically people who match this job description who have studied accounting or have any interest in this kind of software. Now there's a possibility that it's going to find some people that are not really related, but overall the potential reach of 9,000 people isn't that huge. And I just want to kind of get some content in front of people, build up some awareness, and just kind of see how it goes and see how we can improve upon that. So right now I just want to get some data. So let me see if anything else comes up. And again, we'll probably change this in the future, but for now, let's just get something up and running. Accounting today. Oh, so accounting today has actually come up there. Let me add that in there. So that's still on 9,000. Okay, well, let's just leave it like this for now. And let's have a look. So we got, yeah, that all looks good. So let's call this audience cold audience, and it's still, again, very specific. And I just want to actually just give me some idea of what this audience is about. So when I look at it later on in the reporting, I can quickly know what this is about. So I'm just going to do job title, director job title, and accounting interest. Okay, so this is just to kind of remind me who this audience is. So let's create that as well. There you go. So again, we have a number of different audiences. These two are pretty specific. Then we also have the warm audience that we created in the previous video, targeting people that visit the website. So I'm going to start this off and just kind of test it and see what happens with these kind of different saved audiences, see what kind of results that we can get. So in the next video, I'm going to show you what we need to do to start creating a Facebook advert based on these audiences that we've created, and what would be the best way to actually go ahead and do that.